Alright, welcome back to Big Rooster's Corner. I'm your host, Big Rooster. I have a channel disclosure notice I like to read before our content begins. Disclaimer notice. This is a 420, truthful, F-word friendly channel. If you're not 420 friendly, or when the F-word comes out or the truth offends you, don't watch our content. If you don't subscribe, think about subscribing today. Subscription is free and nothing to download. It's showtime, people. Cock-a-doodle fucking do. It's time to wake and bake and smell the coffee. On the Big Rooster's Corner, we have trending news, local news, government, Wall Street and business, sports, weather, and just common sense thinking. This is episode 23. Today is Friday, February 19th, 2021. My shout outs go to the veterans and the active military. As a veteran, I know all they do. The 505 for being a great place to live, and to my viewers and subscribers, hoping you good health during this pandemic. Alright, in local news, New Mexico expected to get $300 million from oil and gas industry. Yeah, as long as Bambi don't keep blocking this shit. Niagara bottling plant pulls out of request for more water usage. And the Navajo Nation administers over 100,000 doses of the COVID vaccine. Wow. All right. Well, hopefully we'll get this thing taken care of. New Mexico business owners struggle to fight unemployment fraud. Yeah, somebody used this guy's name. He's been in business for many years. And this person was collecting unemployment underneath someone else's name. How they can do that, I don't know. I know when I filed for an unemployment as a gig type worker, nothing ever happened to my application. It went nowhere. So I guess if you commit fraud, it's easy to get government help. But if you tell the truth, it's hard to get government help. Still waiting on the stimulus from December. They approved the stimulus in April, and they didn't get it until late November, damn near December. So, March last year, April, something like that. Anyway, I didn't get it to the end of the year. Veteran, taxpayer, disabled now, haven't worked in, 4 years. And somehow or another, they seem to think I had some kind of hidden money or some kind of hidden job. And, and they kept on to my, get my payment tool thing for the whole damn year. And now here we go again. You had to file a tax return to get a tax rebate. And although they did accept it, that doesn't mean that they're going to process it in any kind of time. That just means that they accepted my e-file return. As of today, I still haven't got the $1,200 from my wife and I. And I had my application in since like January 15th. So we've been over a month, nothing yet. I know that they dicked around and didn't start back to work until the 12th of February, but then they should hire more people. They're all about creating jobs. We'll create some jobs, hire some people. Let's get this money out. Let's not wait all year on that. So, a bill creating overdose prevention heads to the floor in New Mexico, and the Natural History Museum reopens to the public. That's a good thing. Get people learning about history. And some dumbass stole a fire vehicle while they were on an emergency scene. Now that's brazen. And the New Mexico AG is investigating cowboys for Trump leader. Good. Good. That's what they need to do. Investigate the corrupt people. Get them out of office. Do whatever you got to do with them, and just get them the hell out of the office. That would start to be a good thing. All right. In the old drama, as the government churns, not a lot going on there. On the stimulus bill, the full House may pass the legislation as soon as next week. We've been hearing next week. But it could face hurdles in the Senate. Well, here's my thought on that. Well, that's a given. If the House passes it, the Senate won't. And if the Senate passes it, the House will stall it and won't pass it. Basically, it's a shell game. You know, it's up to you to guess which shell is our stimulus check under. I know none of them. The impeachment is over and Congress shifts its focus to security failures. Once again, not the American people in the stimulus package. They'd rather work on the security failures instead of their failure to get the people their money. You know, shifting the focus again. That's all they're doing, people, playing the shell game. You know, national news, Texas is getting the electric back on, but still need to boil the water. And the state lawmakers say Cuomo threatened him over nursing home death cover-up scandal. Well, that just goes to show not even New Yorkers are, exempt from corruption. They're all corrupt. Every fucking government thing is corrupt. There is no government entity that is not corrupt. Cruz of Texas says he went on vacation amid a storm to be a good dad. Well, ain't that enlightening? You let your people freeze, you don't have any solutions, and you go to freaking Cancun. Only because you have money. And the only reason why you came back is because you got caught. If you didn't get caught on camera in Cancun or going to Cancun, you would still be there. Don't lie. Just tell the truth. The American people, deserve the truth after all the bullshit the government's put them through since this pandemic. Just tell the fucking truth. You went to get warm. Screw the people that can't. South Carolina governor signs an abortion bill ban, and Planned Parenthood sues the state. And a judge blocks release of Tennessee man seen with zip ties at the Capitol riot. Well, good. Keep him in jail. That was bullshit anyway. If you're going to protest, you shouldn't tear down the damn building. We pay for that. All of us do. Anyway, in international news, Britain demands proof that Dubai Shaka Latifah is alive. Why? Who gives a fuck? An Iraq rocket attack hits U.S. forces, killing a contractor. Well, either get our troops out or put all our troops back in there and let's just wipe these people out. Save all the people that aren't doing this, but all these motherfuckers that are militia and all this crap, just annihilate them. Wipe them out. I'm not for genocide, but this is a good time to do it. They're very corrupt people, evil people in the world. So we need to eradicate this. In health news, studies suggest Pfizer and Moderna vaccines are effective against the corona variant. Well, that's a new one. Pfizer to begin trials of COVID vaccine on pregnant women. You mean we haven't done this already? It seems to me they would have already did this, but okay. Severe winter weather wreaks havoc on COVID vaccine rollout. Well, we should have already had plenty of vaccines, and only 1 week of bad weather shouldn't hinder the rollout. If you're sending vaccines every other week, then, send more vaccines next week to make up for this past week and get back on track. It's a simple solution, people. Simple. Government makes it so damn complicated. In science and tech, the NASA rover makes a historic landing on Mars. They're looking for previous life. Why would you want to go where there was previous life? Sounds like a waste of money. And now we screwed up this planet, so we're looking for another one to start over, I guess. And start the whole process over. Destroy another planet, you idiots. All right, the American okey doke. The government keeps postponing money for the people. They want money from the taxpayer, and then they don't help us when we need it back, or even part of it. The only time we're needed is when they need money, and when they pretend to help us until they get voted in. This has been the process for a couple hundred years now. So, America, why are we slow learners? I don't get it. Nobody reads history, I guess. In stimulus news, the mutants are still fighting over the package to help Americans. One news feed said they are trying to drop the cap to $40K and lower the stimulus to $1K. I hope Bambi at least stands up for the $1,400 since he went back on his 2000 word in the beginning of his, run for the presidency and all that. He said, well, we'll get you $2,000. Well, then he comes in office and says, well, no, we're going to give you $1,400 and we're going to, take the $600 off of the $2,000. Well, that's not what he said. He said he's going to get us $2,000, not $1,400. So there's a lie. Already lying right out of the gate. That's all they do. They lie to get in, and then they lie and postpone why they're in. That's why some of them are one-term presidents. Biden stepped right off and, stepped right out, right into another lie that he told. That's not good for re-election there, Bambi. Balancing the relief budget. All they need to do is quit wasting money, and they would have enough to give the taxpayer some of the funds back in need. Believe me, they're going to raise our taxes irregardless whether they help us or not. So help us, Screw it, man. Get your fucking job done. Wall Street and business updates. Kroger will close stores in Seattle rather than pay the mandated hazard pay to workers. Of course, big business, screwing the little guy. Auto plants around the country have seen a production halt. Well, if we don't have money, we can't buy new cars, can we? Somebody's got to get their shit together, The halt in the oil production has sent prices to a 13-month high. Of course, that's what Bambi's plan was. Stop the production of the oil, raise the gas prices, more revenue for the government on taxes. Gas is taxed pretty high, just like cigarettes and stuff like that. It's a high tax on those products. So why not? People are boycotting Publix because Air donated to Capitol Trump rally. Well, it's just like the racism thing. If you do the racism thing, they want to put you out of business. And, you help Trump, so now they want to put you out of business for that. They always got to have a cause for something. All right, moving along in sports. J.J. Watt seriously considering joining the Browns. And Joe Buck says he used to drink tequila in the booth with Troy Aikman. All right. Well, at least somebody's real, tells the truth. In weather, we had a cold week in New Mexico. We're right next to Texas, within a couple hours away from the Texas border. So, Texas is still freezing and people have to boil water, although the electric is getting turned back on. And we are starting to warm up, and next week we should get back to normal temperatures. Tune in to Sunday Morning Coffee with Big Rooster for the next weekend weather. In entertainment news, Rush Limbaugh passes this past week. He announced having lung cancer last year. Wow, surprising he lasted a year. Most people with cancer, 2 to 3 months, maybe 4 months tops. So he lasted a good little bit. Dance teacher on Dance Moms is accused of sex abuse. Wow, I don't even know what Dance Moms is, but, there's Hollywood at its best. Sex scandals. Bindi Irwin says her late father inspired her unborn daughter's nickname. Yeah, that's good. He was a good man. Sorry to see a stingray took him out. Anyway, plug of the week. One of my local dispensaries, Urban Wellness on San Mateo in Albuquerque, New Mexico. The staff is always polite and helpful. The products are of good quality and at a reasonable price. Just pretty good people in there. Always treat you like a human when you go in there. All right. Word genius of the day is paladin. And the part of the speech, it's a noun. Its origin is French, late 16th century. Definition, a knight renowned for heroism and chivalry. And a sentence, there as few knights as noble and pure as the paladin Sir Galahad. All right, see, not all people are stupid. All right, stupid alert, dumb-ass people. People who still live in Florida. Our government and the people who keep voting in incompetent people to lead our country. And we are stupid for believing our government cares about us. So you might as well group everybody in with the stupid people. We're all stupid for one reason or another. And dumb criminals. UK police say a two-man burglar team arrested after one of them butt-dialed the police. A guy bought a Porsche with a computer check from a home computer. How does that work? An irate man in Ohio calls cops on the cops for allegedly taking his pot. And in Missouri, cops catch a lucky break thanks to a loud fart that revealed the hiding spot. Wow, guess you should have ate something different, huh? Alright, Florida has more dumb criminals per capita than most anywhere else in the world. You can't make this shit up, people. A man in Florida told deputies he was an undercover cop when getting arrested. And a drunk fell asleep at a traffic light and then pulled a gun on a deputy. An Ocala police officer arrested for getting high and playing video games while on duty. And a felon taunts deputies on Facebook and then gets arrested for it. Well, that's surprising. They didn't arrest my abuser on Facebook in Florida when I lived there. A woman tried to drive off with a car attached to a tow truck. Brilliant. A scumbag in Florida gave a child an STD after molesting her. Now, you know, this is just, you can't make this shit up, people. Here's a slogan for Florida. If you're a dumb criminal, come to Florida. We like dumbasses. Or, our state is a haven for molesters and government corruption. That one's a little better. I like that one. Florida, the embarrassment of America. All right, our rant of the day. Spending money we don't have, sending a rover to Mars. Why? Allowing more immigrants. Why? IRS allowed to delay our stimulus payments. Why? Government does go on vacation while we are barely surviving. Why is this? SSI and SSDI take so long to get, and only drug addicts and drunks get approved first time, not the people that pay in for years. Why is this? I'll tell you why. They hope you die, and then they keep your hard-earned money for their own gain. Sad but true. If you ask me, the government should face criminal charges for the way they treat the American people. What are we doing, America? We keep voting in these rich people that are so out of touch with real life they don't see our need. And one last thing, check out our 420 podcast for trending cannabis news, laws, and reviews on products and bud. New podcast on drive-thrus, takeout, and dine-ins. On the road with Big Rooster. I take you on various adventures driving around throughout New Mexico. So until next time, just remember, we're working hard to bring you trending news, Wall Street, government, weather, sports, and common sense thinking. So once again, if you like the content, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to Big Rooster's Corner. Subscriptions are free and nothing to download. Public announcement before I go, please wear your mask and social distance. The life you save could be a family member or your own. Let's stop this pandemic. No need to travel now and die later. Stay at home, people. Get supplies and get your ass home. Remember, the government does not help you. Don't trust our government. Thank you for viewing today's podcast. Get fucking real, America. Big Rooster, I'm out.